What it is, world, man? Mr. Afternoon's World's Best Host, ET, man. It is Bosses and Baddies right now. I got a boss in the band. Let me put my glasses on so everyone, I got my nerd glasses on right now.
Why you gotta put the nerd glasses on?
You know,
it's
man,
me.
I know, I want to look like a nerd, like I'm educated with Miss Joy right now. How are you?
I'm doing good considering.
Considering?
Yes.
A crazy last 2 years.
Man, yeah.
Having a child.
Mm-hmm.
The career switch, I'll call it a career switch.
Yeah.
With the music industry stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the book.
Mm-hmm.
Did the career switch inspire the book?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Not even that. I started a record label after that.
Okay.
After the layoffs in February, I started my own record label. You know, but this particular book, Prosper on Purpose, I wrote it 4 years ago.
Really?
I have a very strong testimony. So my apartment burned down in August of 2020, 5 days before my birthday, and I lost everything I owned.
Wow.
And as I'm looking at the apartment burn, I literally asked God, like, what are you doing? And he said, it's time for you to write this book. So I sat down from September to probably January because I got hired at Interscope that February, and I just concentrated on writing the book. And so I completed it in the pandemic.
Woo! Okay, and what's the name of the book?
Prosper on Purpose.
Is it on Audible as well?
Yes.
And are you the voice of it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have the. It's not distributed on the audio version yet.
Okay.
But it will be. It's on Amazon. It's everywhere books are sold except for the audio version.
Yeah. Okay. So listen.
Yes.
You're working at Interscope.
Mm-hmm.
It goes away. They do a clean house for whatever the reasons are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the short version.
Very short version. Yes.
Very short version. Then you say, okay, fine. I'm good at this.
Mm-hmm.
I start a label.
Yeah.
The label part. What made you want to do that?
Well, actually, it's something I have been working on for over a year.
Okay.
So none of this was by
accidents.
Yeah. It's just God moved some things out the way for me to get to it.
And focus more.
Because honestly, you know, working for a company like Interscope, I didn't have very much time to myself. So once the layoff happened,
right,
I had all the time to brand, package, photo shoots, you know, just get it together to be able to get distribution. So I had all the time in the world to actually finish the job.
You know what's so funny about this? This is going to sound like all spiritually weird. But,
I'm there. Go ahead.
Let me tell you what's so weird. I always tell people, if you don't have the discipline to do what you're supposed to do for yourself, God will do it for you.
Exactly.
But not in the way that you want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you better be careful about your discipline and what you're looking for, because he'll bring it to you dramatically and you don't want it that way.
But also when you're a child of God, I'm about to preach. Is that okay? Okay. When you're a child of God, he'll take you there, but he'll keep you through it. So in the layoff, I was set up financially to where I didn't have to work for a year.
Wow.
So I had all the time to work on those things without the stress and worry of my finances.
And I think a lot of people need to pray for things like that too. Like, don't just pray for what you want, but pray for how you want it to come. And you don't be surprised. People say sometimes, you got to go through things in order to see things. No, you don't. I don't need to get shot to know that it hurts.
Exactly.
I don't need to touch fire to know that it burns. It's
wisdom for a reason.
Yeah. You don't. You don't have to go. You can pray for how you want things to come to you. Okay. And the reason why it's important is because I'm watching this woman who's a mother, which is also a feat in itself, a record executive. You worked in the promotions department of that, meaning like taking artists to like podcasts, radio shows, et cetera, planning events together with them. So you're an event planner with that as well.
You're working them records up the chart.
You're managing people's attitudes and personalities.
Yes.
And dealing with that. And then at the same time, you're also a book writer.
Right.
So no small feat here, just a regular day.
Yeah. I mean,
when people lay it out for you like that, it's like, damn. It's like, wait a minute. That's kind of dope, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. But one thing that I like to stress is none of this happened overnight.
Right.
I've been in this business for 15 plus years.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't just show up in Atlanta yesterday doing this work. Like, I've been here now. It'll be 15 years in May.
Yeah.
So I've put in the work and I've gotten the experience to do all of this. Right. I think right now, you know, God is just saying it's time for you to be in the front. And it's time for you to share your story. And it's time for you to create and build the legacy.
It's time for you to be the limelight.
Well, you know.
You have to be, because you're like, I always tell people there's kings and then there's kingmakers.
Mm-hmm.
There's Beyonce and then there's writers for Beyonce.
True.
Right? There's those are kingmakers. So I like that perspective of it. But again, the name of the book is what?
Prosper on Purpose.
And for people to follow you, they go where? Can they DM you about like the book process and stuff like that?
Absolutely. You know what? Again, that's a great point, because this book is self-published. I did a lot of research to be able to publish this book on my own.
And they can DM you about that.
Absolutely.
And
I will share
one
tips.
more time.
This is Joy Young on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Threads,
Right.
all platforms.
Oh
This
man,
is
you
Joy
guys
Young.
keep it right here, bosses and baddies, fellas. You know what I'm saying? And sorry, she is taken, so no eggplant.
Sorry.